Поехали. Двадцать 24, ладно. 24. Одинаково. Ой, на всякий пожарный. Четыре, пять, шесть, семь, восемь, девять, десять. Да. Да так же, так же. Единственное, что я не попробовал, это... Ясно, понятно. Привет! Вернули интернет. Я могу продолжать. И как оно? Ой, забыл рекавери посмотреть. Ай-яй-яй. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть, семь, восемь, девять, десять, одиннадцать, двенадцать, тринадцать, четырнадцать, пятнадцать, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Идти! Так, не-не-не. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть, семь, восемь, девять, десять, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 21 пусть будет. Пусть будет 21. Это железная 21 на вифе. Окей. Семь, 6, 21, 23, 19, минус 7, минус 12, минус 7. Сразу 9, 15. Так, опять эксклюзивная инфа. Опять Ketorol рожает эксклюзивную информацию, недоступную для всех. Простых смертных. Ничего не понятно. Так топот стомка есть же фроу. Ебать, неужели? И все. Так. Время полночь. Посмотри, что там прислали. Да и спать, наверное, все.
Into Doom, and then, you know, go from Doom to Virgil, and then just loop them to death. No problem. You're only supposed to gather audio from one side. It sort of sounds like this, right? When I'm slapping buttons back here, it doesn't sound nearly as bad. I've had to work my ass off over the years. I have sound dampening and then other audio techniques to get rid of background noise and all this shit, so that this does not sound nearly as intrusive, so you still can kind of get the experience. However, for a lot of people, they don't have access to microphones like this. You don't have access to that kind of equipment. You don't have access to that stuff, right? That's the whole point behind me wanting to talk about this shit today. And I'm actually gonna fire up a game that has a shit ton, that you get a shit ton of audio. Here's the thing, it's not gonna go away. I actually don't think in my group setting with Yo Video Games that I can solve that problem. But that's the thing, all that stuff in Adobe Audition adds latency. It absolutely does. But if you mess around with your audio enough and you figure out what your latency is, I'm actually going to turn the latency off of my card now. Now you get to see what it's like. Luckily, when you're in like something like XSplit or even OBS, you can add latency to your capture devices. So I'm just going to add that latency back, and I've done testing over the years to figure out what the latency is. And voila, it suddenly sounds much better. It sounds like it's actually synced up with me. That's the kind of like wizardry I'm doing in the background. It's not even that difficult. It's just figuring out what the hell timing is and getting it all synced up to actually figure it out. The whole point behind these audio filters is that it's going to delay the audio. It's going to take a little bit longer, like a half second to reach the screen, but you have to figure out, you have to manage that seconds between your capture devices. All that shit today is relevant because I'm not only going to be utilizing that, I'm also going to be sticking in this new RTX voice stuff, which is pretty incredible. It almost works too good. Like, and that's kind of the, I almost have issues with it, but it almost works too good. But for so many people that don't have access to all this shit and spend all the time that I've spent years trying to make this stuff sound and look good, I get to show you guys a little bit of what's going on. To show you a little bit. Yeah, it works scarily good, right? Like, absolutely. It's kind of scary. So we're gonna take a game like UMVC3, and I am going to show you guys what it sounds like basically. You might be able to hear a little bit of the game in the background, but very little. Even my audio setup has it conditioned so that it'll actually cut off these lower level frequencies and only capture my voice. In many situations, you're gonna hear the background noise or something in a setting like this. Like, my speakers are less than 3 feet away. My arcade stick is less than 2 feet away down here. And in fact, I'm gonna tone down the audio of the game a little bit, quite a bit. Okay, so the game itself is audio in the background. You can hear me slapping buttons, right? And for a lot of people, this situation might sound way worse, right? The buttons might be louder than what you do. The game audio could be interrupting your microphone in many ways. This is all just a crazy nature of fighting game arcade sticks and all that shit, right? However, this RTX voice stuff is actually kind of crazy. And it almost works too good, and I'm going to explain exactly what I'm talking about. The button noises that I'm pressing are going to go away. It's going to slightly modulate my voice when there is loud button noises in the background. However, it's going to get rid of it permanently. They're going to be gone. The crazy part is that even if I'm talking and you're watching something in the background, like these characters screaming at each other, or another person talking like on a video, if I start talking, this thing through AI learning is going to learn what my voice sounds like, and it's going to specifically pick up my voice and eliminate the voices that are back there. That's a lot different than something like a filter that essentially just takes out low frequencies. That's different. You're still going to hear those people talking. It'll open up when you speak through like a limiter or something like that, or a gate. But this thing doesn't do that. This is some weird AI Skynet shit that actually identifies what the hell you are saying and identifies that it's you saying it, and is only going to have you be the one it's going to hear. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let me switch over. It's already running in the background right now. This does take a little bit of GPU power, but not too much, like less than 3% from what I understand. And here's why this is amazing for fighting game streamers, and this is why I highly recommend anybody uses it. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to switch my device really quick. Hold on. So at this point, the RTX voice is actually kicked in. I'm going to disable some noise reduction stuff in the background because I'm already going through processing, right? I'm actually already taking my voice through different levels of dynamics processing and limiting and noise reduction. So I'm going to take off the noise reduction because that's what this shit is doing. The whole point is noise reduction. So if we were to completely mute the game, right? Let's actually turn off the audio of the game. And I'm going to slap some buttons right here. Still heard that, right? Still heard that. That's the sound of the buttons. However, if I keep pressing the buttons, suddenly they're gone. Suddenly, I'm pressing the buttons, and it took it a second to learn what a button press sounds like. And it's like, oh, the button press sounds like that. Your voice sounds like this. We're gonna identify and modulate your voice out of there so that even if I'm pressing buttons right next to the mic, this might be very barely audible. I don't know how this sounds, but you might not be able to hear this. If I stop, it's gonna, my voice sounds a little bit better, right? It doesn't have, it's not absolutely perfect. It's gonna change the way I sound. It's scary, right? It doesn't make any sense. You wanna know what's really scary? You didn't even hear me clap. And that's something I actually don't like. I'm actually gonna move my mic arm, which makes a lot of noise. I'm gonna talk during it. And it completely goes away. You guys can probably barely hear any of that. It's actually fucking witchcraft. And that's why I said that, I mean, the vacuum test is one thing. That's a consistent noise, right? There's a difference between like me having like a fan or a vacuum, or a dog barking would actually be huge if Benny was just barking in the background. If Benny barked a couple of times, you might hear him for the first couple, but then the shit would learn what that sounds like and then get rid of it. It is actually crazy. So I'm just gonna sit here and do this Dante combo, and you guys, I don't think you guys have any audio of the game, but you can do, let's just see if you can, let me bring in a character that's easier to do combos. What? Can you hear any of this? Can you hear any of it? I don't know how much you guys can hear it or if there's a lot, but the thing is, the more button noises and things that are like obviously not a voice start kicking in, it learns. It starts picking up on what that is and it will change it. That's why when I turned it on at first, I was like, oh, let me show you guys what this is like. Here's some button presses. And you're like, oh, yeah, I can still hear button presses. That sounds like button presses, of course. But as soon as I did it a couple more times and I actually spoke, as soon as I actually talked, it immediately fixes itself. It's like, oh, that's what a button press is. Here's the problem. If I clap and I'm continually talking and I clap like this and I just made that clap, my voice gets a little funky when the clap happens, right? It gets a little funky. I can clap repeatedly and it's going to sound very funky. In fact, this is probably going to sound very weird. But if I stop clapping, it fixes. It modulates back to what it normally sounds like, and voila. It's a little crazy. Right now it's set to like 100%. Right now it's set to like the maximum that it can noise suppress. I'm assuming that it'll sound a little bit better because I'm literally like clapping right into the microphone. You're not going to be doing that. That's like a super extreme, right? But even if I probably turned it down, probably about like 75%, it might still sound pretty good. Here, let me press some buttons. Can you guys hear any of the audio? I think that's actually pretty good. I don't want it to be completely gone. In fact, like, this shit right here scares the shit out of me. I don't like that. I require physical audio sometimes to make jokes come across. I require physical audio sometimes so that I can get a point across. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that it sort of does it. You can probably hear the clap the one time because it has to learn. It hasn't heard a clap in a while. It eventually goes away, you know? It eventually figures out what, that's not your voice, and it gets rid of it. I don't like it either. It almost works too good, but for the majority of people where you have like roommates or a fan on, people in the background, or people talking over a microphone or your speakers or some shit, it's incredible. It's actually almost too good. And that's the thing, is that it can possibly fix some of this shit. It can possibly, like, you know, oh, it's working a bit too effectively and taking out some natural noises that we might want to hear. Maybe we shouldn't have that, right? Maybe that shouldn't be there. This isn't just like this is a thing that's obviously amazing for people that play fighting games, right? If you play with controller, maybe not incredible. If you play games without a headset like I do for the most of the time, it is actually amazing. It'll eliminate the weird echo that will sometimes come from your speakers. And lower, and then it's nothing now. It's very low. I'm actually clapping right into this bitch, and that's what's crazy, is that you can barely hear it and then it's gone % right now. But that's the whole.
ты! Это ж ты всякие штуки-дрюки делаешь.
Магию будем смотреть?
Ну да, давай.
Возьми карту.
Нас, наверное, по телеку покажут. Нас покажут по ТВ.
Может быть. Туз треф. Клади карту в колоду.
Я сейчас с крышей двинусь, это ведь Дэвид Блейн.
Та самая карта.
Не та.
Интересно. Задери-ка маячонку.
Чё, кто?
Ты майку подними.
Обомлеть! Ух ты, а как ты так сделал? Мне даже щикотно не было. Ну ты, Герман, та же самая. Смотри, меня научи так же, а? Меня научи. Я тоже так хочу. Поводи мне по пузе картой, а? Ну поводи мне картой по пузе.
Эй, посмотри свой бумажник.
Ну и чё?
Проверь водительское удостоверение.
Мой бумажник не смотрю. Ну и чё, это просто водительское удостоверение мое. Мои корки водительские. Чё такого-то? Вот, смотри, корки.
Какой рост у тебя?
Мой рост 1,70 м. Крестей? Ой, мне, это как получилось? Не выйдут, я боюсь. Забирай свои корки. Это прям под ламинат впечатано. Ты демон, как это ты так сделал? Ты как под ламинат залез?
Эй, покажи-ка свой мобильник.
Не дам. Хочешь заставку посмотреть? Да, смотри. О, на заставке туз крестей. Да это легкотня.
Сделай мне одолжение, позвони своей маме.
Нет, да и дома сейчас нет. Мама дома не сидит. Мам. Копать потеть, мама-то дома. Мам.
Пусть посмотрит твои школьные фотографии.
Не. Мам, глянь мои школьные фотки. Она уже их смотрит. Она там сидит и втыкает в мои школьные фотки.
И что на
Мама,
фотографии?
что там на фотографии? Что на фотке, мам? Да, мам, спасибо. Я там ем китайскую еду со своими притырками, друзьями. Обнимашки, мамуля. Кушает он там с друзьями, притырками, и что?
На носке посмотри.
Я? Мамин ежик! Это палки китайские для еды! Китайские палки для еды! Китайские запихал! Хватит пихать в нас все подряд! Хватит в нас всякое говно запихивать! Я там в жопу ничего не запихал! Если ты мне в жопу туз крестей запихал, я на тебя стукану!
Ну ладно.
В покое оставь наши дела, Дэвид Блейн!
Ну ладно, с вами я больше ничего делать не буду.
Спасибо, не тебе! А я вот бумагу не подпишу, чтобы это под ТВ показали! Это такое, табличка с дома снял, да?
Вот это посмотри.
Не.
На счет 3 я переверну.
Руки не возьму. Ой, уже держу.
Вот ты сейчас ее перевернешь, а вот ты будешь читать.
Заманали такой фон, наверное, туз крестей. Нет? Да не верещи, ты уже надоел.
Раз, два, три.
Я не читаю, что написано. Все эти пакости, что написано, я не читаю.
Ну на табличке, в общем, все его причитания и написаны. В скобках задыхается от гнева.
Эван, глянь, что пишут. Фак мой мозг! Ебанулись на отличненько! Ой, мне плохо.
Буратино в отключке? Ага. А вот когда они домой придут и у себя в жопе проверят.
А если ты это по ютубу покажешь, я тебя в тюрьму засажу, Дэвид Блейн.
Уличную магию. Кто хочет увидеть немного магии?
Че мы тебе, долботрясы какие-нибудь? Нет, спасибо. Мы целый день шопились, заманались, хотим просто отдохнуть, все.
И где вы шопились?
В один аутлет ходили новый. Он еще не трендовый, ты про него не знаешь.
И что купили?
Я купил зеленый свитер, если ты так хочешь. Зеленый свитер!
Интересно. А ты уверен, что ты не купил Тедди Бир в плюшевом мешке?
Да, я уверен. Тедди Бир! Что за хер? Как ты что сделал-то, а? Где мой свитер? Эй, он купил свитер, он исчез. Это ты его стырил? Притырил себе свитер, да это воровство! Отдай свитер, сволочь!
Я потратил $48. Ты тупой и убогий фокусник. Где он?
Питер, глянь, что на тебе!
Что за херня? Как?
В рот мне ноги!
Я держал в руках вещи.
В рот мне ноги!
Ага, он уже растянутый. Спасибо тебе.
Слушай, остановись, а!
Растянул свитер. Я его даже не поносил еще.
Эй, что ты пьешь?
Оранж-соду я пью! Что, в медведя превратишь? Я стакан-то держу!
Оранж-соду, может что-нибудь другое оранжевое?
Что еще оранжевое? Ну это, печеньки! Печеньки! Стрелять, колотить! Печеньки! 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 Где оранж-сода? Ты что делаешь вообще? Ты что делаешь?
У меня во рту оранж-сода.
Я на измене! Я на измене!
Какая херня? Ты положил ее мне в рот.
В рот мне ноги! Ты прекратишь это или нет? Демон, остановись! В рот мне ноги!
Ладно, ребята, знаете, я хочу показать вам кое-что действительно крутое. Вы хотите это?
Не, чувак, лучше себе показывай.
Так, подождите одну минуточку, секунду, подождите.
Оставь нас в покое.
Видел я этот фокус? Ножками будешь перебирать, типа взлететь хочешь.
Мой племянник может так сделать. Тоже мне фокус.
Просто подождите секундочку, а?
Крис Энджел лучше это делает, сука, понял? Крис Энджел делает это лучше.
Эван? Я лечу.
Ёма, народ!
Я чувствую тепло и лечу.
Ёма, народ! Опусти его, пожалуйста! А, ёма, народ! Под ним ничего нету, совсем ничего нету!
Он закинул меня на крышу. Он на крышу меня зачем-то закинул. Зачем ты меня сюда закинул? Дэвид Блейн, дай мне слезть. Дэвид Блейн, спусти меня.
Хватит мне газировку в рот пихать!
Он даже не отлевитировал меня обратно.
В рот мне ноги! Валим отсюда быстрее!
Эй, ребята, еще один трюк, еще один.
Иди в пень, я сейчас ментов
Еще один
позову!
фокус, пошли. Эй, подождите, парни, последний, я обещаю. Эй, ребята, если вы дадите мне показать еще один фокус, я дам вам $100. Позвольте показать мне вам еще один фокус, и я дам вам $100.
Дашь мне $100?
Ты сможешь купить тот шарфик.
Точно! Зашибись, гони $100.
Могу я зайти?
Ну ладно, пошли.
Ты точно деньги дашь?
Добро пожаловать в дом
Ну вот мы в
Эвана.
моей квартире, чё?
Вот это что такое?
Мой видак!
Интересно, сделай мне одолжение, найди кассету, на которой написано «Маленький Эйвон, апрель 84-го».
Сейчас посмотрю, может где-то есть.
Посмотри в магнитофоне, оно там.
Что-то мне как-то сыкотно.
Ну и чё такого, просто кассета, хоум-видео. Я там в том возрасте еще сиську сосу. Вот этот карапуз я.
А вот это мама Эвана.
Вот я сопли пузырями надуваю, и чё?
Его мама и сейчас хорошо выглядит.
Someone's at the door. Hi, may I help you? Hey.
Вот $100. Я должен вашему сыну.
Фак мой мозг!
Это что вообще за хуйня? Тот же самый и там, и там.
Фак мой мозг! В рот мне ноги! Тут вообще что происходит-то, а?
Блин, я обоссался.
Ёма народ! Сдрисни вообще отсюда, демон! Вали себе в прошлое или будущее, я не знаю! Ёма народ! Сдрисни отсюда, а то я ментов вызову, заяву на тебя накатаю! Пошел отсюда, говнюк! В рот мне ноги!
Вот это впечатляюще было, да. Подожди.
Он обоссался оранж-содой! В рот мне ноги!
Капец. Да.
So yeah, chat, we are checking out Dauntless today. It is a sponsored stream. It essentially, to my very primitive eyes, it just looks like Fortnite Hunter. But I haven't seen a lot of it, and I've directly tried to keep my perspective of the game as least skewed as possible. Like, I have not seen much. I'm gonna jump right in completely fresh. I'm gonna learn stuff with JJ. We have to fight some behemoths they recommended that we should just go check out. I don't know what the hell that is, but everyone has had a lot of good stuff to say about it. So we'll see how it goes. Tell me I'm not gonna spend more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the character creator.
You're not gonna spend more than 10, 15 minutes.
All right, interesting assortment of heads that it starts me off with. I definitely ain't got that hella jaw. I need to make a character that looks completely accurate to myself. I think I'm a Mad Catz guy, chat. I think I'm a Mad Catz sort of. I've been sponsored by Mad Catz in Dauntless. That's the idea. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. No.
The emo look.
No. This is Owen Wilson. Give me the Owen. All right, now we're good. I'm done. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna die.
You dead yet?
No, I made it.
Oh, okay.
I'm alive.
Whoa!
Still sponsored by Mad Catz. Where are we landing, boys? Oh, I guess right here. Nuketown it is. Where am I going? Oh, it gives me a hella boost. Turns into a crazy Kool-Aid weapon. Okay. Doesn't like Kool-Aid.
Cut off its tail.
Wait, you can remove the tail? I'm going for it. Okay, that feels good. I think I'm a professional. I think I've just started and I'm a professional. Okay, it's finally died. I killed the hardest monster in the game already. Ooh, artwork looks cool. Mastery system is filled with objectives for slayers to become as they hone their skills with the different weaponry. Hunt the behemoths of the Shattered Isles. Access mastery by pressing start and selecting mastery. Chain blades, hammer, repeaters. Wait a minute. You're telling me that I can shoot things with dual pistols. You have to hunt behemoths to get the stuff necessary to make your weapons. Okay, so I can't just immediately start shooting and pew-pewing. I'm gonna need to kill some stuff. Oh, I see. So it's free to play. I get it. This is where the shop stuff comes in. Oh, it's all customizable things. Damn, Chad, this waifu is the protector. I can make this. Sweet hat, bro. I think I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Seems like a good idea. I'm gonna look different and not like a complete noob. Hunt is on. Visit the hunting board in Ramsgate to find new hunts and chart your course to the Shattered Isles. You can also access the hunt board by pressing options and select the map to launch hunts from anywhere in Ramsgate. Oh my God, weapon cards. What is that? 100 versus all. Would like this. Give it to me. Let me have it. All right, so there's a crafting and like an element system and everything seems to be in place. I think I'm ready. JJ, let's go hunting. Okay, we're gonna go that way. Time to hunt.
You have to, like.
I'm actually collecting them. They are
yeah,
doing,
like I have to hit
run
it.
into them. All right, here we go. Oh, the monster ran out of juice.
Yeah.
Okay, monsters get tired.
Well, as they should be.
Okay, combat feels good.
Ow. I wonder if you can cut off the kill him.
Oh, I'm going for it.
I think I have meter.
Ow! Okay, I get my ass beat.
Not good.
Oh, okay. I'm the tank. That's what's going on. Ow! I'm the tank. Choppy, 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 choppy. Yeah, you did the same thing. Okay. All right. Things are going well.
Oh, come on.
Did you just get tossed?
I did. I ran and jumped to see if I could like do a slash.
Ah! Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, you finally got the tail.
I
Cool.
did. That was a jumping attack. Slash.
I'm trying to carve it.
I don't think you can.
It's dead!
Dead.
You're dog meat, pal!
Oh, is this what you collect? These little.
Okay.
Spears?
Lesser Embermane slain. All right. S++++. Okay. So I went and I forged a big crazy peacock axe. It looks like I murdered a bird and I'm now wearing it and put it on an axe.
Oh, there you are.
You see me?
I do.
I see you. Okay. Tough sell. Uh-oh, it's already on something else. Oh god, yeah, this is literally materia slots. Wow, this looks very familiar. Whoa, whoa. So this is all the cosmetic stuff. Dude, look at this. Look how similar this screen is to another game that I play. Wow. No, this is not like Fortnite. It's like Blackout. You can pet the dog. Game's officially, whatever score it had before, it's gone up 3 points. On a 10 grade scale.
Oh, I can pet
Dual
the
dog petting.
Dog petting.
Hold L1 to track monster with lantern. Oh, that's very useful. What have I done to myself? I've applied a barrier of some kind.
Oh,
I found him. I think that's him. Get his ass.
All right. Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. All right. This weapon is definitely very different. Come back here.
Oh. Just throw your axe.
I did. I hate this monster so much. How is this thing missing? I hate this weapon. In comparison to the sword, I hate this weapon. Oh god. Never listen to the chat ever again. Is it dead?
Dead.
I believe it's dead. Ugh.
Yeah.
Jessica definitely did better than me on that.
Окей. Так, ну, дальше я, наверное, буду ставить Dauntless. А на сегодня все. Пока.